back to Third Take. Today we just hit you guys with the player profiles. This is pretty much the same thing, but this is sleepers. So day two, basically, second, third round. I'm starting off with Rashee Rice from wide receiver, Jesus, from SMU. He's 6'2", 203. He's a big body receiver. He's pretty shifty after the catch. He's got good speed and short area quickness. He uses his hands really well to push DBs out of the way while he's running routes. That was the thing that really stuck out the most to me when I was watching him. He's currently my wide receiver 5. I like him in the early to mid-second, basically. He's having a bit of a rough Senior Bowl right now, actually. He's kind of getting clamped by some of the corners there, which isn't really good because the wide receiver DB one-on-ones at the Senior Bowl are much easier for the receiver to win than for the corner to, just by the nature of the drill. He's not a body catcher, which is good. He always extends his hands to high point the football. He does have a good route tree, and some people are concerned about his route running, but I do think he's a pretty good route runner. It's just he isn't the fastest, and he's not the best route runner, but I think he's good enough at both to warrant a day 2 pick. I think he can definitely be a good number 2 receiver in that role. Honestly, I think a good comp for him is probably like prime Devontae Parker, but like maybe a little less cracked at jump balls. I don't know. He's definitely a jump ball guy. He gets after it in the run game. He's really good at the catch point, like I said. The two negatives really are lack of separation at the Senior Bowl. He had a terrible drop, but he does have good hands overall. And I saw him fumble like once in the 2 games I watched, so that wasn't great. But overall, I like Rashee Rice in the early to mid-second. And even though he's not having the best Senior Bowl, and he did play at SMU, so the level of competition, I was really looking for him to bring it, and he really hasn't. Hopefully he can pop off in the game tomorrow. I'm recording this Friday. So as long as he has a good showing tomorrow, and even if he doesn't, I'll still feel good about him in the mid-second. And it's honestly a receiver I would maybe like the Pats to target in day 2. So he could slip to the 3rd as well, but this is a sleeper that if he ends up, rising a little higher into the draft, you guys should watch out for him, and I think he's going to be a good player. All right, so we just talked about Rashee Rice, and next up, when I say sleeper, we're not lying about sleeper in the title, because the earliest this guy's going is the 6th round. Could be undrafted, could be the 7th round, and it's because of the position he plays, but he's really good at that position. It's Hunter Lipke, the fullback from North Dakota State. How I came, a little backstory here. How I came across him is I was watching Cody Moak, the tackle, who I think is profiles much better as a guard in the NFL because of his very short arms. But anyways, I was watching him, and if you guys have ever seen North Dakota State, literally any North Dakota State game ever, you guys probably did if anyone watched Trey Lance. But it's an extremely run-heavy offense that utilizes a fullback in pretty much every formation that they're on the field. So I was watching Cody Moak, I was watching him run block, and I couldn't help but notice the 6'1", 235 behemoth sprinting through the hole, blasting guys leading the way for their running back, catching balls in the flat, dragging dudes for 8 more yards when there was 4 of them on him. I'm not I know it's a fullback, so it's funny, and it's kind of a meme, but he's a very, very good fullback. He's a great blocker. He's tough. He's physical. He opened lanes for the running back. I don't know who North Dakota State's running back is. I apologize, but and the quarterbacks, when they ran QB power and all that stuff, they were lining him up as the inline tight end, and he was leading the way, pulling and just knocking heads. But the main thing is they put him at inline tight end, like I said, ran him in the flat. He made some things happen after the catch with his stiff arm. He juked the dude out. I mean, 6'1", 235, big boy, but he made it happen. The main thing, though, is in their power run offense, they ran him at running back. He wasn't just doing fullback stuff like blocking. He was getting tosses. He was running power, counter. They gave him a jet sweep just because. And he breaks tackles. He's going to be a great short yardage runner in the NFL. 3rd and 1, give this guy the ball. You're getting 3 yards. Also, this was just this was hilarious, but I don't know why they did this, but swear to God, it was against South Dakota State, I believe was the game. They lined him up in the slot and had him run a 25-yard fade. He beat the slot corner for a touchdown. This guy's an athlete. He's a good route runner for a fullback. Legitimately, he's a very good football player. He's not going to go anything earlier than the 6th round. But if your team, like my Patriots, has utilized a fullback in the past, they could probably use one now. He can catch the ball. He can block really well. He drags tacklers. He has good vision. Even though he's a fullback, because they gave him legitimate running back carries, he can legitimately read blocks and could do well in a gap scheme if you just wanted to give him some carries for the hell of it. But obviously he's going to be a fullback in the NFL. And I think he's going to have a really long career, probably like 8 years or whatever. Even if he's, a 6th round pick, he's going to get a roster spot and he's going to make an impact every time your team goes into I form. And I've never talked about a fullback on YouTube before, but I was so impressed with him while I was watching Cody Moak that I had to make this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace.